There it is on the Creator Studio, and come on, YouTube. Of course, my YouTube is somehow slower than yours, so you probably already saw it start. There we go. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome to
We're back for murder again.
Yay! Welcome back to a stage production that you can attend to for free with unlimited seating, but you get what you pay for. Tonight's production is going to be a continuation of Virtue's Last Reward, and I am here watching and participating in said production with my co-host...
Me, Chris. Semester 4.
Yes, the curtain will rise on our hero's unfortunate journey yet again, soon, but, this is after some pre-stream announcements, which I will do after I get finished shilling out to every server that I can do.
Announcement time, yay!
There we go.
Just plug it directly into everywhere.
Alright. So, we're coming up on the end of the year, and my God, personally, it cannot come soon enough. Fuck 2021. But we'll get more into that later. In terms of major announcements, it is confirmed. It was kind of shaky, but it is confirmed that PJ and I will be doing another Pillar stream tomorrow, for Wednesday and Thursday respectively. I am going to try to do the streams that happen on those normal days, but I will not guarantee anything, especially Thursday, because I know I'm going to be wiped out to shit. Plus I have to wrap gifts that day, because that's the only day that I'm going to be able to do it. Friday and Saturday are nothing, because it's Christmas. Sunday, no. Sunday is nothing. Sunday is going to be a rest day. We don't have rehearsal, but Sunday is going to be a rest day.
Yes.
And then next Monday we do some more Virtue's Last Reward. For those that watch my Spirit of Justice stream on Thursday and are, you know, in the background calling me out for it, I fucked up. I know. I had transferred over the footage of Tokyo Mirage sessions from Twitch and forgot about it. So after the stream tonight, I will get the other information up and I will upload it as soon as possible.
He says, following on his word.
And I don't have any Chris Tales recorded. I have not done any recording or editing. So that other thing is just kind of sitting on my computer right now.
Yeah, it is.
But provided it gets enough motivation, hopefully I can record. Let's be honest, I'm probably not going to get to recording within the next few weeks. The next few weeks are going to kick my ass. They're going to be super busy, so probably don't expect to see anything video related. At least of those main series, probably until I want to say the middle of January. But that's it. That's about it in terms of major announcements for me. Otherwise, next Friday. I'm choking. Next Friday is my channel anniversary. I have not figured out what I want to do yet, so that is gonna to be determined. Anything major on your end, Chris, that needs to be said?
No.
Well, without further ado, as I scroll past it.
No, we'll just play a different game instead.
All right, Code Vein, here we go.
All right, Code Vein stream. As PJ barges into the Discord call somehow. Because he'll know.
Oh, yeah, my ears.
I did it. Perfect. Nailed it. I should be a sound effect voice actor.
Anyway, we left off a very interesting section. Kind of pushed the time limit of the stream last time to do so, but we entered the final room with Tenmyoji and Quark, and we had just
yeah, I remember exactly what happened when you fucking stopped the stream. It's like no, brain done. I can't. No. And it was trying to pronounce a specific word, and you're just like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah. We did that stupid parallelogram puzzle, which is just straight up broken. Not in the good way. Like, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Once again,
irritating.
And once again, it would be a lot easier on the DS where it was originally from, because you would have the touchscreen. But whatever. No. Let's head back to the director's office.
Let's continue reading the rest of the files that we never finished reading.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. we're gonna. No. Okay. So that was about the testing facility.
Welcome to third clearing stream.
Termite, a general term used to refer to the insects in the epifamily of That was the word.
Yeah, termite. Yeah, and you know what? I probably should. I'm gonna Google it. You probably should have done that, but it was also like almost
Termitodite?
too late.
Toide? Termitoide?
Toy. Here, how to say?
Fuck, it's too country.
Toy day. See, it's not, what? Oh, they fucked up. I think.
Oh.
They added an extra O in there, because everywhere I'm seeing it's Termitidae.
That would be better.
How to pronounce it?
Tormented.
What?
Tormented.
What?
Termited?
That's the video?
Termited?
Yeah, with the fucking clacking. Oh, that's not.
Tormented to die or D.
Termited or die or D.
This isn't helpful. This is not helpful. I thought it would be helpful. It's not helpful.
Terminity.
Termitidity.
Okay. That's what we're going with.
Sure. Termitidity.
Insects in the epifamily of Termididae of the cockroach order Blattodea. That's right. Even though they're sometimes called white ants, termites aren't even in the same family as ants. I've never heard of termites being referred to as white ants in my life.
Never.
They're in the cockroach family instead. Also, king crabs are in the hermit crab order, and the remora is in the Perciformes order? Perciformes?
Yeah, Perciformes order. I don't see how that's relevant, but
yeah,
thank you.
fascinating. Have a nice... Oh. This is just the variants again. Word 03. 03. No, not 0 the third. 03.
I mean, lazy.
Yeah. They couldn't be bothered to spam the I key 3 times, no.
No, but they had to add that extra O in timidity.
Have a nice trouble, have a nice tragedy, have a nice trust. Conjunction.
Junction, what's your function?
Good. A term used in positional astronomy. Put simply, it means that two celestial bodies appear near one another in the sky. When used in the context of our solar system, it often refers to a position where a given celestial body is aligned with the sun. For example, when Mars is on the opposite side of the sun from Earth, it is considered to be in conjunction with Earth. Mercury and Venus, which orbit closer to the sun than the Earth does, have 2 types of conjunction. When they are hidden on the other side of the sun, this is referred to as superior conjunction. When they are lined up on the near side of the sun, this is called inferior conjunction. And Tenmyoji picture. Okay. Yeah, this is a huge thing.
Yeah, that was just kind of dropped out of nowhere, which makes me think that Tenmyoji is either Junpei or a descendant of Junpei.
Okay. This is a photograph that Tenmyoji was holding. The subject is a girl named Akane Kuroshiki. Akane was one of the people who appeared in this game's sister title, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, as a childhood friend of Junpei. That's the title's main character. In 999, she was 21 years old. This picture was taken 9 years before then, when she was 12. Look at the left side of the picture. If you look closely, it almost seems like there's a man grinning in the background. Is there?
Is there? We can't. Oh wait, can we get rid of the text or no?
No. Alright. In the background, do you see him? Don't worry if it seems a little strange. A spirit medium has told us that the person in this picture is a guardian spirit who's looking after her. He must have shown up there because he heard what sort of destiny she had in store and decided to see how she was doing. Right. That doesn't make it better. Anyway, what the fuck was the password for this?
We're in the director's office. So
Star Sun Sun.
Yeah, Star Sun Sun, and we did. Oh, both of them are Star Sun Sun.
Middle Star Sun Sun.
Yes. Middle Star, Middle Sun, Bottom Sun. Getting right to the sun.
Ugh. It's open. It's just the 2 key cards and the key to get out of here. Alright.
So business as usual.
Yeah. Looks kind of empty this time. There are only 2 things in here. First we got B room key cards. Oh, these must be the star cards they were talking about.
There are like 2 of them.
You guys take one and I'll take the other. That's right, because Sigma's a solo this time.
Yeah, he is.
Right. We're a pair, so we only need one for the 2 of us. The other thing is the key, as usual.
Yeah! Now we can get out of here!
Great. No point in sitting around. Let's go. Well, Sigma's right. It seemed kind of barren this time compared to the other safes. I don't know. The door lock. It says lock right now. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. All right. 3, 2, 1. You're weak late, but you found it! I don't need your sass game.
That you're thrusting into the game.
I swear to God, I'll kill me.
No! Damn it!
What's wrong?
I left something in the director's office.
What was it?
The picture. Ugh, how could I forget it?
Oh yeah, we must have set it down after using the face recognition thing.
Yeah. I'm going back. You two go on ahead to the warehouse.
I want to come with you.
Me too.
Nah, that's fine. Why don't you head back to the warehouse, Sigma? The others are probably already waiting.
Alright. I'll see you two later then.
Right.
Bye, Mr. Sigma.
It's Sigma, not Zigma.
Emperor. I remember Emperor Surg.
Why?
I don't know.
Jesus. I watched them jog off towards the blue door. And then they were gone. Guess I should be getting back then. Dang.
Dong.
The witch is dead, the witch, the wicked witch, ding dong, the wicked witch is dead.
I mean, it's either gonna go to that or fucking Carol the
Ding.
Bells.
Ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done.
Or the Family Guy version of Ding.
The Family Guy version of ding, fries are done.
Yes, the Family Guy version of that. Yep.
Rice. I zipped in the warehouse to find all of the teams already there. Okay, Luna, buying Clover, and Dio. The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the rightmost AB room and slid his card through the reader.
Dick. And Amberdick's room has been open.
Has been opened.
It was Gate. You got it wrong.
Whatever.
45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
As he turned to look at me, I swore I saw a flash of a smug grin.
There. Happy? This time I waited for you to get back before I opened it. You see, I can be considerate.
No. But Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here.
Yeah, where are they?
I guess they forgot something back in the room we found. They ran back to grab it real quick.
And they'll be here in a few minutes. No big deal.
While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we'd investigated. Unfortunately, none of it seemed very useful. None of us had found anything, and we were no closer to unraveling any of the increasing number of mysteries we were faced with. With that discussion exhausted, we sat down to wait. For long, 20 minutes had passed since Dio opened the door, and Tenmyoji and Quark were nowhere in sight.
Don't you think they're taking a little long?
A little bit.
Yes, I'm getting worried. What if something happened to them?
God damn it, Sigma! I'm trying.
God damn it, Sigma.
I'm trying to.
No,
trying to
you're not
mute-
allowed to eat.
I'm trying to mute the mic so the crunch doesn't get in the mic.
No, it's fine. You're not allowed to eat. You're the streamer.
I'll remember this the next Pokemon stream.
It was a job!
I'll go have a look.
Then I shall accompany you.
No, I'll be fine by myself. It's not that far away.
Just don't look into the abyss too long, or you might become a monster.
I don't think... okay. Look, I'm just going to the director's office. I'll be right back. No big deal. Alright, see you guys later. I gave a quick goodbye wave and stepped out of the warehouse. Beep, 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 beep.
Sheep, 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 sheep.
Yeah!
Wait, where does Link fall in the place of that?
I heard something that sounded like a Link shout coming from your end. I'm waiting for it. Huh? That's odd. There's nobody here. The picture's gone, though. Tenmyoji and Quark must have been here, then. I laid out the floor B map. Must have taken a door that faces the warehouse. After that, they probably went through the warehouse and out the blue door to the elevator. Yeah, that's a much shorter route. On the other hand, I came through the red door, which is kind of the long way around. Huh. Looks like we managed to miss each other perfectly. Ugh.
It's almost like it was by design.
Well, this was a huge waste of time. Shoot. Might as well head back, I suppose. I packed up the map and was headed towards the door when... Huh? There was a light on where there hadn't been a light before. What? Why is that thing on? We messed with it earlier, but nothing seemed to work. I felt a sudden wave of inexplicable, nauseating dread. The light stared at me. I swallowed and edged cautiously towards it. The machine was in arm's reach now. I stretched my hand out toward it, slowly. Slowly.
So, you finally made it.
What the? Hang on. Really? Really?
No. You're...
I am Zero.
Is that...
Really?
Is that Jameson Price?
Jameson Price? Dude, it's Ace.
Okay.
So it's probably the same voice actor as Ace, which I don't think was Jameson Price.
Because of the filter that was being used, it sounded a little bit like a higher pitched Jameson Price.
Hmm.
I was the one who brought you here. You undoubtedly have as many questions for me as there are stars in the sky. As you can see...
Although now that I'm listening to his diction, it does kind of sound like Jameson Price. Hang on, let me check.
Careful not to spoil yourself.
I'll be careful. I like how I started searching zero voice actor, and the first thing is zero voice actor GTA San Andreas, zero voice actor Drakengard 3, zero voice actor Borderlands 2.
Yeah, there are a lot of characters named Zero.
Shit, it is.
Ah.
Well then.
Considering how much he follows us around, I can identify him pretty well at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, like I saw the character. I'm like, no, it's got to be the same person who voiced him in the last game, but I guess not, because I don't think Jameson Price voiced Ace in the last game.
I don't think so.
I will therefore be unable to directly answer any questions. Ask if you wish, but I cannot respond.
That is how a hologram pre-recording works.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay. Considered taking a swing at him, but decided that was spectacularly futile and kept my bald fist up at my side.
Now, where to begin? There are many things I wish to tell you, but unfortunately, our time is limited. As such, the information I can provide is also limited. I have chosen two things of great importance to tell you.
Okay.
First, I will tell you about termites. In retrospect, I suppose that's a rather odd thing to say.
Maybe just a little.
I imagine you look rather bewildered right now. Perfectly understandable. The person who kidnapped you and threatened you with death is lecturing you about insects. I suspect it hardly seems fair. Nonetheless, this is very important. In a way, it will determine your fate.
Okay.
So I ask that you listen carefully.
What if you could just raise the volume on that recording just a slight bit up? It's ever so slightly softer than the music.
Have you ever seen a termite mound?
No. Not at all. Also, I'm gonna let this go on auto.
Structures. Some might
I
even
can
call
eat.
them works of art. Termites are natural architects, and their mounds are both structurally sound and make excellent use of space. So, are they following some sort of plan as they build? Are there termite blueprints detailing which room goes where? No, of course not. Each termite is simply an oblivious cog in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of termite DNA. It is doubtful an individual termite has any idea what its contributions are helping to create. But a human does. We can appreciate the elegant forms of their alien cathedrals. We can see the simple beauty of their perfect functionality. We can understand the splendid planning of their structure. In other words, only an intelligence of a higher order can understand the beauty of what the termite builds. Now, consider humans. Why are we alive? Why do we love and give birth? Why do we create? From where do our cultures spring? There are many theories, but no one knows the truth. We are oblivious cogs in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of human DNA. No doubt you see now what this analogy is supposed to illustrate. Yes, I mean to say humans are not different from termites. We trudge through our lives with no greater understanding of our ultimate goal. You might say we don't understand what we're building. Only an intelligence of a higher order than ours can understand what we're doing. Imagine how we might look to such an intelligence. We may be building some structure so perfect and elegant, we can't even perceive it.
Okay. I understand the analogy perfectly well. But the biggest issue with it is that, from a termite's perspective, they already know that there are higher beings because we kind of walk around kind of above their world. From our perspective, humans are kind of the top of the chain of beings when we're, if we're not counting celestial stuff. So while I understand what the analogy is, I don't understand what the point of him saying this is. So, is he saying that we found a more intelligent life?
Could it be that he just really likes monologuing?
Aside from the stereotypical villain trope.
Well, I mean, he did that too in 999, if we're to assume that this is Ace.
That's fair. Alright.
Whatever it is, we've likely been building it on a dimension just above the ones we know since time immemorial. If we are like the termites, then what we've created is almost certainly something of tremendous beauty. And you are about to catch a glimpse of it.
Huh?
Or have you already? Well, that's enough on that subject, I think. Consider what I've said.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, let's move on to the second topic. It is somewhat more immediately meaningful to your life, and, in fact, the lives of several billion other people. I realize this is rather sudden, but I have a password for you.
Okay.
It's the password to disarm the bomb, numbered 1.
Bomb?
I will only say this once, so pay close attention.
We have a stream, don't worry about it.
The number 1 bomb is BQZ RGJ DXR.
You keep keeping up here for a few seconds for screenshot purposes. Ah, you were a cheater, I see.
Oh, a wonderful cheater. I have seemed to have misjudged you.
I had no idea what he was talking about. What bomb? Was he saying there were bombs too? Oh, that's right. In this run, we didn't find any bombs.
In this room? I don't remember if we found any bombs.
I said in this run.
Oh, right. Yeah, wait. Go. Can you check the flowchart? Oh. Well, there's that for one, but what were the choices that we picked?
Tenmyoji door. What is this one? I guess this is ally.
So we didn't go into any of the other rooms, like the infirmary or the that like bunker room.
No.
With the bombs. Okay. Not in this path.
Nope. Even though realistically, I thought we had encountered a bomb in this run.
No, because it's down the other path.
Also, that's right. That's right. Because, Quark kind of turned crazy almost immediately this time around, instead of at the end of round 2. That's what. That's what
didn't
shifted.
Go crazy till later.
That's what shifted everything. Okay.
Yep. Plus, the room where we found the bomb, we were with Alice. I'm pretty sure, right?
That's where we found her dead.
No. I mean, like, way back in the playthrough, when we first went into when we went to the first right-hand room with the blue door.
Mm-hmm.
We were with Alice, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to see. The thing is with the Somnium Files, like that game it's fucking insane, but it's at least like condensed down enough for me to figure out what pathways go where. And this game, there's like fucking 18 different goddamn paths. So I'm trying to remember what happened in what path, because we've been hopping
through quite a bit.
timelines all over the place.
Yeah. If you guessed at my future confusion, he showed no sign of it.
That is the last of the information this message was meant to convey. Before I go, however, I have a warning.
Oh?
You cannot tell any of your companions what you heard or saw here. If you do, you will be penalized immediately.
How would Zero know?
We will meet again.
Unless it's like, oh, you know what? It might be a thing where, depending on where the bracelets, like the bracelets of the users that were able to trigger the message, if they were to say the specific password, then that would probably also act as a detonator, like a key.
Now that brings into question the other timelines, because it is in the other timelines that we found the bombs. So if we set the password in those timelines, does the penalty still apply?
We just can't tell anybody else.
Okay.
Never said that we can't plug it in. We just can't tell anybody else are we just in her by ourselves? Okay. So, yeah, like a situation where they could probably just give us the bomb and we could just plug it in without having to tell anybody.
Right.
Then we probably won't get penalized.
We would have much to discuss.
Translation. Get here in other routes and you'll learn more. Wait! God damn it, you can't just spout all that out all that crap and disappear. He can actually, it's a pre-recorded message. I found myself yelling at the empty air. Or what is supposed to be empty air, but the after image still remains here.
Good.
Whoops! Guys, you forgot to call out the rest of Zero. Oh shit.
It's like you leave the call, but you don't actually leave the call, so he's just still kind of there.
I must have yelling in empty air. Oh, there he is.
And then he didn't feel so good.
Yeah. The hologram had disappeared. E. What's the matter, Chris? Can't handle it?
I can't handle E. No, because I was gonna be like hell, but then you just went E.
What kind of an idiot does he take me for? Is that a rhetorical question? Termites? Other dimensions? How could that have... He didn't say anything about other dimensions. Did he?
Did he?
I don't think he said anything.
Missed that under all his monologuing?
I don't think he said anything about other dimensions.
I don't remember hearing other dimensions being mentioned.
How could that have anything to do with kidnapping us? Shit! Keep that on a nearby shelf. 10 minutes remain until...
10 minutes remain until get your fucking asses over here.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is
we get it.
before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
This is the Fitnessgram Pacer test.
Oh, shut up! No, the this fucking announcer and then the announcer for the Fitnessgram. That's a ship, right?
Yeah, totally.
Really obnoxious monotone voices. They'll get along just fine.
No, and their kid is the whatchamacallit from Strikers.
What? Oh, Emma?
No. What the fuck was the actual name? The final boss.
Yeah, Emma.
Okay. Well.
Okay, the Demiurge is still Emma though.
Okay, but I was specifically thinking of the Demiurge. Yeah, their kid is the Demiurge.
That means that a byproduct of that is that Sophie is their fucking like grandson. Grandson is what I just said.
Didn't you know that Sophie is a trans, male to female?
I guess I missed that part of the game where they mentioned that.
I'm clapping because it is a very good thing. Please don't cancel me over this. YouTube, I know you're watching. Please stop it. Shit. Ah, crap. I need to get back. Not like there's any point staying here. I spun around and tried to run out the door, but instead I knocked myself out for 10 minutes. Oh god,
yeah,
I gotta go.
No.
Oh.
Oh, and bad end.
Bad end.
That's it. Just the bad end is right there.
I must have knocked myself into the invisible wall so hard that I clicked the touchpad of the fucking controller.
Christ.
And here we see Sigma. I'm here.
Look, Mr. Sigma's back.
Took you long enough.
I was kidding. Where are the others?
In the AB rooms.
They went in already?
Yep.
Why didn't you two? Have you been waiting for me?
Yeah. Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before we voted, no matter what.
Oh?
Nothing that significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose ally this round. That's it.
And you had to tell me that no matter what. It's kind of pointless. I mean, words are cheap. You can promise whatever you want. He says, as the past... as the past betray timelines just flash through his head all at once.
Yeah. just all the times that Sigma was just a dick randomly.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch. So what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us what we pick.
You get none whether you got 2 or 3 points.
Exactly. That being the case, we don't have any reason to betray you. And if we both choose ally, we both gain points.
True, but you must have considered that I'll choose betray. That would mean you choose betray to protect yourselves.
But that's why we're telling you we won't choose betray.
Mm-hmm.
I trust you.
Of course.
Okay, I believe you. Alright, tell me one thing. Let's say we do this in both ally. Everyone gets 2 points. That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is great for you. But I'll be stuck with a measly 5. How do I know you aren't going to just open the number 9 door and leave us in the lurch?
I can guarantee it.
How?
I can give you my word. I will not open the number 9 door, even if I have enough points to do so. I swear it. We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so we can escape.
Again, talk is cheap.
I swear too. I promise.
And so all you got is a promise, huh?
When I make a promise, I keep it. Trust me.
I like this guy. Mainly because I try to stick to the same principle. Which is why I don't make promises willy-nilly.
Well, yes. I also follow something similar akin to that. That being said, I run myself thin through all that shit, so, you know.
You're preaching to the choir here, buddy.
Please! You've got to trust us.
I do trust Tenmyoji, though.
Yeah,
'Cause
so do I.
even when push comes to shove, he didn't betray us.
Alright, fine. I'll trust you.
2 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
We're counting on you, Sigma.
You've got to choose ally.
A terrible decision, really.
You promised.
No. No, I didn't. I didn't say anything akin to promising. That was you two.
No, they made the promise that they were going to keep. Not us.
Yeah. With that, they turned and ran into the AB room, second from the right. Well, I guess I should get moving. Alright. I'm gonna pick ally.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
I had a decision to make. Should I trust Quark and Tenmyoji? Well, I could believe they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP to 6. I'd be that much closer to 9. Choosing betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try and escape without the rest of us. Betrayal seemed like the safe bet, but...
Please! You've got to trust us. You've got to choose ally. You promised.
Once again, no I didn't. Tenmyoji,
That's how they're probably gonna get away with that if you do end up actually betraying.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you promised, and then Suzie will be like, I didn't promise anything.
That was you two, yeah. The tables will have turned this time around. He's not the one locked into a promise.
He's also not being peer pressured into picking an option because he's solo this time.
Tenmyoji I can betray easily enough, but Quark? What was I going to do?
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I don't get paid enough for this shit. Just pick the fucking option, Sigma. You are the only one left.
Fucking please. Every time everyone picks their options immediately and we have to wait for you.
9, 8,
Now here it comes. Here we go with the countdown again.
6,
5, 4, 3, 2,
1.
1. Yeah, I'm choosing ally.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
I can't wait to look at the numbers and find out that it didn't matter what we chose, that the game was going to end anyway.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
No words, just results.
From round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Huh.
I'm gonna say it's Quark.
Clover
say
gets
it's
to
Quark.
leave, Tenmyoji gets to leave, and Quark gets to leave.
So Alice and Fi and Dio betrayed each other. So I guess they both didn't give a shit, but like, I was like, wait, that I knew something was off the moment that little bit of extra fucking wait time before Tenmyoji and Quark showed up.
Well, that always happens when the results.
No, it felt longer this time.
Mm.
I like the other ones. There was like a little bit of a wait, but no, this one felt a little longer than normal.
And so it is. Well, at least we're not dead.
No, but you know, an ending's probably going to happen.
Oh, yeah,
3
absolutely.
people can leave.
What did I say? It didn't matter what was chosen. The game was going to end regardless. Even if we decided to ally with each other, Clover would have still had 11 points and left.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
We go back in time, we choose Betray, and then Sigma walks out of the room. Before the results even happen, he just runs up to Tenmyoji and fucking sucker punches him.
And Quark.
And Quark. 'Cause sometimes you just gotta hit kids.
Sometimes you just gotta hit kids. Thanks, Max.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
We're the #1 solo.
Hey! What the hell, guys? Why'd you betray me?
Clark had nothing to do with this. I made the vote.
Grandpa.
No, you didn't. I don't believe you.
All right,
You're
fine.
covering.
Why'd you break your promise, Tenmyoji?
I only promised you one thing. We wouldn't open the number 9 door even if we got 9 points.
Ah, so he's found his own little fucking semantics. Okay.
I can appreciate that. I was thinking from our perspective, but I wasn't paying close enough attention to what they were saying. So you're not going to leave?
Not what I said. Of course we're going to leave.
What?
Look, see Clover over there?
Son of a bitch. No, that was a fucking loophole. What? Don't tell me.
Oh no.
Jeez.
That bitch!
Wait. Quark and Tenmyoji have...
The words barely out of her mouth when Tenmyoji and Quark ran past.
No! God damn it!
Clover, are you really going to leave? Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
But why?
I'm going to go call the others. so we can capture Zero Senior.
Tenmyoji, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, everybody.
Oh, that hurts. That actually hurts a little bit.
So Sigma, happy? I kept my promise. Clover opened the door, not me.
Like hell I'm happy. That's some shitty shit, Tenmyoji.
You say so. I have to get out of here, and that's that. He's got to pay for what he's done. Zero.
You mean you know who Zero Senior is?
Yeah. No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose. I know exactly who Zero Senior is.
Oh no. Am I right? That wasn't actually Ace, wasn't
The
it?
number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
And of course, Tenmyoji's not going to say anything.
Come on, guys. Time to move.
Oh, it would be Santa though, because he was original Zero.
Oh, wait! This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
Quark held something out. I looked down to see 2 pieces of folded paper. What is this?
It's a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game. I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is. So, read it, okay?
Pressed it into my hand.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Figure out. Did Santa get out alive?
Yes.
He did.
Yes.
Okay. But was he not arrested promptly?
I don't know. I know Ace
Oh,
was.
that's right. Yeah, Santa left with... That's right. The Santa left with June.
Mm-hmm. Which is probably why they're both missing again.
That
Well, at
makes
least, I mean,
that makes too much. That makes too much sense.
Yeah, I mean, we at least know that June is missing.
Well, that's all we need to know. He has the picture of Akane, which means that somehow, some way, he's connected to her.
Which makes me think he's Junpei, which means he knows that Santa's pulling this shit again. But why?
Don't know which.
Is he just doing it to try to find her?
Which, once again, begs the question of how many fucking years have passed.
Yeah, 'cause everyone's old.
Everyone's old, but at the same time, Clover.
Again, I refer you back to Lotus. She was also really old, despite the fact that she didn't look old.
And he turned and ran towards the door, Tenmyoji and Clover following in his footsteps. I was so surprised by the letter that I didn't even try to stop them. Before I could think of anything to say.
See you.
Goodbye.
No, it has to be. Tenmyoji has to be Junpei. It makes too much sense. Again, aside from a few little things.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank as the escape.
Shut up. I want to know what's in that letter.
We need to know what's in the note.
Shit. They're gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
Which they won't.
Indeed.
I agree.
Sigma opened the note. I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he'd filled both pages with writing. I began to read. You go for it, Chris.
Me?
Yeah, I mean, it was Quark that wrote it.
Oh. I thought you were talking about, like, Sigma reading it from...
No.
Yeah, okay. It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but he somehow managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me. But he never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him.
So they're not blood related.
So probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just questions are being answered.
Yep.
I couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was all, or he, not I. I wasn't conscious yet. I couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying around the directions with him. Also, I guess I was a pretty picky eater, so if I didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. I guess that was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and here I am. And when he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Quark. Quark is a really, really small thing, and I was really, really small too. Grandpa didn't need to worry though, because it turned out I was pretty tough. When I was one, I forgot I was sleeping in this truck and drove off. I rolled out in the back and didn't even get scratched. That's actually impressive.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, hang on. I started walking when I was 2, and when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really sick and had a super high fever for a week, but I eventually got better. I guess you can say I'm pretty lucky. Anyways, I didn't really have any more accidents after that. And I was a pretty healthy kid. You know, until you got diseased by Radical 6, but
Yeah, don't worry about it.
yeah. By the time I was 6, I started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up and pull out the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You know, you had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I can go to the theater. The theater came down to our town once a week in a wagon. They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they'd show movies.
How does one write that in a letter?
Just a bunch of garbled nonsense, just plastered in the middle of the letter. Should have named him Quirk. Hey. Oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. Well then, I mean, that's apt.
Yeah.
One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try and find somebody who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd asked her if she would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. So he was constantly trying to pawn him off, essentially. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was it was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had even tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me?
No, he just knew his capacity and he couldn't take care of another human being. There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
For the sake
If
of
someone...
for the sake of the kid, if you feel like you cannot take care of them, then you make sure that they're taken care of one way or another.
Absolutely, because it's worse off to honestly, it's worse off to not have a shitty dad than to not have a dad.
Mm.
The kid who told me about Grandpa was trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he bragged to everybody about how he had a mom. Rude. He'd like to come up to me while I was working and say something like, "Must be hard not having a mother." It never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think maybe he didn't really want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. One day, he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. How old were you at this point? During the day, of course. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he walked up to the counter with that grumpy look he has, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here, but I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender, and he picked me up and set me down on a stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, even for a 7-year-old kid. There we go. And my legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really high to me. I was pretty nervous.
Oh,
Eventually
there's the root beer float.
Yeah. Eventually, the bartender came back with a glass of scotch, another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer, I realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to realize what it was. A root beer float! I'd never seen one before. I was so surprised. Well, that's nice. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. Really? Is root beer normally that expensive?
No. From what he's been saying in his letter, this is kind of a more post-apocalyptic, like war-torn area. So the economy of everything got shifted.
Right.
Remember they were talking about like there being abandoned buildings everywhere and kids not living with their parents.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. If they don't have a lot of root beer, then that would.
Right.
Yeah. Supply and demand logic. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I still wasn't sure it was real at that point, and turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. Is this really mine? He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was.
Root beer floats are great.
I'd never tasted anything like root beer before. I'd never tasted anything like a root beer float before.
And we are going to fix that at some point.
The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. I feel like the luckiest boy in the whole world. This sounds like a root beer float commercial. That's not an exaggeration. I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's gotta be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Cute.
Yeah.
Right then, I didn't care whether he just found me or adopted me or not. I got ice cream out of it. Yeah! He bought me a root beer float. It's almost like I know how the mind of a kid works. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother but had never tasted root beer. Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to. As kids do.
Uh-huh.
So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good.
When did the music stop?
Uh-oh. Until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day. I tore on one of my shoes in the morning and some old drunk guy yelled at me. All the junk I'd found was totally useless. And I was fed up, so I grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started to go through each thing I'd brought back, explaining why they were all useless. I got really mad and just yelled, "I don't care!" And he got mad and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset and I started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work for him and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building. By then, I'd started to calm down and think that maybe I should go back and apologize. It started raining pretty hard, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. But that was just an excuse. The truth is, I was nervous. Part of me knew I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop though, so I just sat there out there in the dark, in the gloomy gray sky. I had imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time for me to go home. I was about halfway through when I heard somebody groaning. At first I thought I should just ignore it. And not get involved, but then I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked. I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled and and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He spent all night out in the rain looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me for so long that he collapsed. I was horrible. He'd heard me crying out in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening, if they would only save Grandpa, I would never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got a real bad fever and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anybody left to take care of me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa because a week later, his fever finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk. And it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man and that meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone, but maybe he'd been a little too strict. All the things I'd worried about him had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried when I ran off and had gone out into the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide and he said,
Of course not.
He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because that he'd given up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he'd actually gotten some of what he lost back. That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever. Even if he said I couldn't. I had a feeling that was an ending.
Yeah. An ending and a credit sequence that I cannot skip. So.
These are the Japanese voices, because none of those names I recognize at all.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think that about confirms it at this point. Tenmyoji is Junpei. And on his search for Kane, he found Quark. And started raising him instead. Not putting off the search for Kane by any means, but you know, he had something else as well.
That is actually really sad.
Mm-hmm.
But like a good kind of sad. As the music gets all dubstep-y out of nowhere.
Because it's playing the beginning theme. I'm turning it down for our sake.
I had a feeling.
Well then.
Well, you know, depending on how things would have gone, part of me doesn't blame him for betraying us.
No, not at all. But that's coming from our perspective, like, you know, the dramatic irony, because we know what happened in 999.
Yeah.
From Sigma's point of view, he just seemed like a dick.
He just seemed like just a dick who just lied.
Yeah.
And that's the power of dramatic irony.
So we're gonna be a dick and lie as soon as this credit sequence is done.
Yeah. Because now the irony's on the other foot. Motherfucker.
Okay, so it's not the full credit sequence. Tenmyoji ends.
Oh.
In root beer veritas. Veritas?
Veritas.
Okay.
In root beer Veritas.
I'm assuming that's a play on some famous phrase. All right. So you did a lot of reading. Hi, Tenmyoji.
Hey, I'm on your screen now.
I'm gonna be watching you always.
Hi.
Anyway, that was you did a lot of reading there, bud. Good job.
I did the thing. I read it.
I know you were struggling. I could hear the struggle a little bit.
I was trying. My fucking brain was rewiring all of the words in front of me as I was reading them. It was great.
Lovely.
Oh. Hey, I'm on the flow chart too.
Wait, where are you going? Where are you going? Don't do that again. Ah!
It reminds me of that fucking that Looney Tunes bit with Bugs in Yosemite, where he's just like, open up this door, open up my side.
Yeah. Anyway, as much as I do want to reflect on that ending, we still have a shit ton more to go, so we'll do it in stride.
We'll probably do it as we're doing another puzzle. Who knows?
Yeah. Also, fuck you guys. Yeah, he just strolls out of the room. Fuck you guys.
Struts out.
And that sounds like stereotypical gay. Fuck you guys.
Please direct your attention to
It's hard to make the Sigma voice sound very effeminate.
Gee, I wonder what's gonna happen.
I have my plan set in stone. There's no way anybody can counteract it.
What?
Oh shit, nobody could counteract it. He knew.
How did he know?
He knew too much. We know too much!
Yeah, Sigma just turns Tenmyoji holding up a middle finger. You're not going anywhere, bitch.
He went too far. We went too far! Those are my lines. Those are his lines!
Hey, what's the deal?
Quark had nothing to do with it.
Hey guys, so what's up?
What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? Spoiling my plans? Spoiling your plans? Are you? Yes. I'm gonna fucking kill you!
I entered the vote.
Why'd you choose betray?
Couldn't I ask you the same thing? I don't really think this is the time for a fight, though. Look, Clover's over by the
Oh,
door.
yeah.
Yeah, that didn't change at all,
Yeah,
so...
no.
We literally just blocked it from leaving.
What? Oh, no.
This shit again. Sigma's like, with this shit again.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel like it would be with enough time jumps. Just, oh no.
Yeah, he just gets jaded. You know, isn't that how Keshin just deals with things?
Certain situations, thank you.
Fuck, she opened it.
Thank you. Fuck, she opened it.
Stop, no, come back.
Why? Clover, wait!
Clover, we didn't get the points. Clover, what the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm going to call the others.
What?
I'll get justice for Alice.
Alright, justice. Wait, do you mean...
She'll get the others.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
The number
What does she mean by the
9
others?
has been opened.
Like the other old contestants? The other old players?
Come on down on the No Name Game.
Oh my god.
And thus we show our age once again.
Absolutely.
It will reach.
Time for me to go. No! Please, Clover, wait!
Like hell, I'm just gonna let you walk out of here.
I'm gonna break this moment and say, Quark, where the fuck are you looking?
At her hair, Rob. At her hair.
Alright, it's the shoulder.
It's also in the direction of her hair.
Dio leapt at Clover, but his fist raised. Clover easily avoided him and moved towards the door.
Goodbye.
I caught one last glimpse of her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice. You're all fucked.
Now, this thing as the gate escape, please.
Escape, please.
Save me from this torment.
Save me from this never-ending nightmare where I repeat the same text over and over and over and over. Help and over and over and over.
Bad ending, or do we have post? Nope, bad end. All right.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, well, we had to see.
We did. And now we have a note in the ending, and we'll just see Tenmyoji's fucking face again the moment we come back out.
So I saw you. I saw you betrayed.
Oh God!
I
it's
saw you
still
betrayed.
there. I saw what you did.
No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't.
I saw it.
No.
I saw you.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. As he slowly raises up the fucking the flow chart, and it's like it's essentially just drowning him out. It's like, So we're gonna get through our story eventually, I'm sure.
And there isn't enough antiviral medication.
So
this is the Alice, whatchamacallit, ally
yeah,
route.
the Alice path.
The Alice ally path.
Which who were we paired up with in that?
Alice.
No, but who else? There were three people.
I think it was
Was it Luna?
It might have been Luna. Anyway. Oh no, there's no more medicine. Right, because Alice and Quark are both under right now.
Yep.
All right.
And
please
so it was
pay
a pick
attention,
one or the
everyone.
other.
Mm-hmm. So, what do we do?
What do?
Oh, there we go. IG equals immunoglobulin.
Yes.
Do you know what
Oh.
immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
IG replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah. Probably copies.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that is.
give it to someone and then just copy their fucking antibodies.
Just put the Accelavir in. It'll copy the formula. Because the Accelavir is made of the antibodies that are resistant to Radical 6.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's kind of where I was going
you
for,
had
except
the
I
general
kind
idea.
of I was just like, oh, put it in someone first and then make the antibody. Like, you could just do it directly from the fucking Accelavir.
Any ideas?
Who knows?
I do.
You can just see his smug fucking face as he says that too. I do.
That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin it makes copies. It's an antibody copier.
What?
If I told you what? If I told you I had a nice antibody. Okay.
That's cute.
It can copy immunoglobulin. That's what it can copy immunogoblins.
Immune goblins.
Antibodies. Luna just said Accelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Accelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Timelines! He just fucking smoke bombs and leaves.
Bad ends? Question
mark? Like, you don't... to be continued?
Yeah, we unlocked the lock just to get it to be continued again.
Yeah.
If I help.
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
Yes, yeah, yes,
oh,
yes.
Thank you. No.
No.
Is there a way to take screenshots with this thing?
With what?
With OBS. Hold on.
I don't know.
BRB.
I mean,
whatever. I can just say from the stream later. I just want that whole screen and just no. Oh god, excuse me. Dio was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator? No time.
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Accelavir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
And have stuff left over in case anybody else gets affected.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
We all nodded. Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Alright then, let's go.
Luna, best mom.
As once again, we go through every animation of them walking to the destination.
Always.
Because this is how they pad out the game time.
Always. Listen, we never would have known how Sigma would have gotten back if we didn't show every intricate little step he took, because there's no way to imply that.
No,
Storytelling
not at all.
hasn't come far enough to know for us to know how he gets to one place to the next.
So this is the lab, huh? Yes. Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here. See?
So this can copy the Accelavir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Accelavir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Accelavir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright.
Very pointless if it hadn't.
Yeah, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. God damn it, Sigma.
What happened?
Sigma fucking why?
Shit. Sorry, my hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah, just one though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on, if it'd broken, then we could have just made another copy. Where Tenmyoji could reply if I spoke.
Guys?
Is there a limited amount of uses?
I was surprised to hear a voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break.
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand, but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
Is it a bomb?
Oh, maybe. She slid back from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. It's the number
There's a
2
bomb.
bomb! A bomb?
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was
We
this
saw
where
a
you
number
guys
1
came through the
bomb,
first
right?
time?
We saw the number 3 bomb. That was the one in the
Okay.
crew quarters. The number 1 bomb was in the garden.
Garden, right.
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard. Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all looking for Alice. It could have been any one of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane. Listen to yourself. There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb.
Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a
Memory card.
memory card.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think
0.
Yeah. Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Oh no, I dropped the lift key.
God damn it, Ace.
Again, unless it's Santa.
Right. Let's take a look. Can I see you for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here.
So what do we do?
Come on, if I knew I'd be doing it.
10 minutes remain
That-
until Ambidex game polling closes.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, that's still happening.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
We're against Alice in this round, I think. It's me. It's us and Luna against Alice.
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later.
No, don't drop the bomb. Don't drop the bomb.
Right now, we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them to the Accelavir, then head to the Floor A warehouse.
Right.
This ought to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Her voice is quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Accelavir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated,
it's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes.
Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling.
Here we go again.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now, we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Floria warehouse is waiting. Unless they stand around looking at each other for the next 3 minutes.
And then panting for the next 4 minutes. Individually.
Huh? Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
One-on-one, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to
Don't
choose
believe you.
Ally.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you
She's
chose
going to
Ally
die.
and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then. I want to win, but I'm not that desperate.
I don't believe you.
I absolutely don't believe you. She's
You
going
see
to
what I'm
die.
saying, right?
You fucking killed us the
Tenmyoji and
last
Dio are a
time.
pair.
Mm-hmm.
Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Fi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's a fucking pickle of a situation.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
Of course you do.
Of course you do.
Of course you do.
Of course you do.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to Ally and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote Ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both
That little
betray,
hesitation, I
then
don't
we
believe
would
you.
lose
Uh-huh.
points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
Betrayal.
Promises don't mean
One
shit.
minute remains until
Betrayal.
Ambidex game
I can
polling
see it.
closes.
Mm-hmm.
Trust
Shit,
nobody.
This is bad. We need to move now.
Indeed. Shall we?
Okay, fine. Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Starting from the left, Dio went into room 3, K into 4, Fi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6 respectively. They left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
With that settled, we headed into the AB room number 1. Yes, it's an AB room. We know what it looks like.
30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary. So,
You're saying we should pick Ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway.
yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. His face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nunnery game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. Alright, let's go have a look at the results.
Okay.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Jesus! Wait, what?
What? Wait,
What?
Alice? Wait,
What?
what? Huh? Wait,
Huh?
is she in the AB room? What?
I was trying to figure out why ally would lead to a bad end, because that's what I saw on the flowchart.
Is Alice awake?
Who the fuck's in the AB room?
Is Alice awake?
I don't know. Ugh. Well, Sigma's dead.
Again.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
And Alice continues to be a dick.
Bye, Sigma, again. God damn it.
What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No. That's not possible. How can Alice's vote be betrayed? It was a question I would never know the answer to. Oh. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. This would be the anesthetic Soparil. Oh, here we go again. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them open. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door of the second AB room was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet, here she stood. An apparition that couldn't possibly be real. Hello, Liz. The room was gradually going black, and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What was she doing there? Had she run in at the last moment after Luna and I had entered our room? But even if she had, she was betrayed. Then the darkness closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone forever. What the fuck?
So she was up and awake.
That's not what happened, though. That was kind of bullshit. What the hell? Alright. Alright, you ghostly bitch.
Alright, I guess we'll betray her.
I saved your ass.
Full betray! Full betray! Full betray!
I saved your ass.
Everybody full betray! Nobody gets any points!
Yeah. Fuck you! Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I thought...
There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I picked betray instead. I almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps, I have no idea what we're talking about. You're crazy. You're crazy, Sigmund. You're crazy.
Crazy.
Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. Right, well, we should go see the results.
We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
Look at her eyes was more painful than any punch I had ever taken. I turned away and almost ran towards the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Full line of betray. It'll be satisfying.
And betray. Then we got betray. Betray.
Full line of betray.
Full betray.
0 points to everybody. Tenmyoji, Phi, and Sigma are still gonna die soon.
Yeah. Hey, Luna. You wanna know why I picked betray? I think this answers your fucking question.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
They're the same.
But the colors are different.
Yeah. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked for my eyes and looked again. No. How can Alice's vote be betray? It's not possible. Alice. She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move towards us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it? Coward.
Me? A coward? You got some balls saying that to me after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room?
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So
Yeah, you still would have lived. You
still
would
would've
have
lived, though.
You're just being.
That's under the.
You're just being petty at this point.
Yeah, like. Fucking. Like, of all the. Like, this is also under the assumption that, like, oh, we did this intentionally.
Right.
Which again, dramatic irony. But, like, Christ.
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense, my ass. You chose Betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I picked Ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose Betray.
You knew? How would you know, Alice?
How did you know, Alice?
Tell the truth.
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Fi and Dio.
Yes. If Dio had chosen Ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen Ally, Dio would have killed her.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen Ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I didn't realize that there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. Closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. You've probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never going to get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Hey.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Dick.
Well, in that case...
At 2, Fi?
Yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here.
Well, it's still the safe bet. It's like logistically, it's still the safest choice, but at the same time, like, also you kind of just snuck in and nobody knew.
Yeah. Also, once again, dramatic irony. That's what makes it so difficult. It's very hard to look at it with a clean view when we're biased from the other result.
Right.
Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Also, hold on. You would have gotten 9 points to get out. You would have left Clover behind.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
Watch them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it. It's just me and Luna.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't going to leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose Betray.
I know. still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something, right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I can think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates.
So I guess I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Round 3 of the
That being said,
Ambidex
this round is
game
going to be
will be the
really
Star
fucking
Round.
tense.
Mhm.
Since now we all know
Star
nobody
keys
can
are
trust
required
each other.
to open the gates.
Mhm.
There is no the
How many times do you want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
Right.
Parent solo assignments hop around a bit too.
We should be a solo in this round. Yeah, I remember.
I think we were a solo.
Let me see here. No, we're a cyan pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
I wonder what the others are.
They could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah. Physically and emotionally. Really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal.
Aside from escaping?
Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. Seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everyone chose betray. Including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An enemy?
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Accelavir. Yeah, that might work. If we could figure out which of us planted those bombs, and everyone else would work together against them. Well, that's a double-edged sword, because while you're trying to figure out who planted the bombs, the suspicion against everybody else is going to remain. But how do we figure out who it is?
Well, do you have any clues?
Clues, huh? That's right! The memory card! Pulled it from my pocket and held it out towards her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
Oh, I guess we can't really use it then. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Theo and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Then...
Yes. I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
And suddenly we're here. Suddenly we're in the infirmary. Suddenly, we are in the infirmary, dame. Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Mark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. I really wanted people to start trusting each other. Well, real change starts at home. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card, and how we come into the infirmary in hopes we could discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. What is this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
Right.
In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we got is this gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
Oh, okay.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Oh, that's gonna bother me.
Oh.
Oh, Myrmidons! Myrmidons!
Oh God.
What are the Myrmidons?
Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn, I've got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
We don't have a cipher. What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See.
Not much we could do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state, or something like that. Just what the hell kind of a job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic! Of course I'm not.
Really? And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your... Yeah. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. We have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about these myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she'd left up and run out of the room. Hey, wait, Alice! I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Until you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover?
Clover?
You already know she works with me.
Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. Guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. Are we gonna find the bomb here? Nope. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the AB game?
Yes.
Well, it's better than the other timeline. What? What?
What?
You actually did kill me. What?
You're fucking crazy. You're speaking crazy.
Well, that's what isolation does to you.
I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
It was probably the Radical Six.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it.
What? Do what?
Kill me! Get it over with!
What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying. I could kill you. I would have killed you.
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. And then another, and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking tears with it.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Come on.
Keep your mouth shut. I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
What crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good.
All right then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation, and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist, and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which is why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at the school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and when there was no when dinner time came and went with no sight of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped.
That escalated.
For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her, as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I miss my father, it was those memories that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate, and sometimes deal with, terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. Commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul, and this is where that comes in. Because we saw something in Ace's bio about Free the Soul.
Yeah.
We believe that Free the Soul provides the funding, but trying to pin any sort of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and had stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Yeah. So now we know the tie-in, and
now we know the connection point.
Mm-hmm. Clover.
Wait, Clover was driving?
Yeah, Clover was driving in the ending.
I don't remember this.
That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way out and to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place.
Huh.
Yeah. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. Yeah. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. So they never found, they never found June or Santa. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to Soy's headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul, and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the abilities of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you'd ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown.
Oh boy.
Here we go again. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousnesses of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The Sois had heard of this particular ability before, and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiments, we knew that she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her companion officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. It looked as if he'd been just dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. It said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the source to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me, or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me that there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on the steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who'd put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. It sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time. We gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room.
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Thanks. Gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs, and based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that the person is a Myrmidon, right?
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait. A long string of numbers? Would that be...
And we don't have enough information.
Nope. Damn it. We're getting there, though. The Alice route is absolutely the definitive route. I'm almost certain of that at this point. Sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
Oh, must it be? We'll be sure to continue back where we left off once we get more information.
Damn it!
Anyway, I tried my damnedest not to make a reference to the conductor every time they fucking said Myrmidon the way they did. Myrmidon!
Myrmidon! Well... let's do some fucking betrayal.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
We also keep in mind we never actually went through the first door either. So like, there's a whole left half of the entire route, the entire flowchart we never even tackled.
I know, but I don't like to leave. I don't like to leave a route half done if there's more to do.
I know, but like,
also you. We wanted to know more about the Tenmyoji route, and it has proven to be as interesting as we assumed.
No, yeah, I'm just saying that like, part of me thinks that the Alice route is definitive, but I can't 100% be confident in that.
That's fair. I'm just saying, like, we're getting a lot of really important information in the Alice route. So if it's not the definitive route, it's at least going to give us a lot of answers to carry over.
What is also very apparent is that every single person has a reason to leave that's strong enough that will make them want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like in was it the third case or second case of Danganronpa 1, when everyone had like, or for the most part, a lot of people had like secrets so powerful that it actually urged them to want to kill.
Right.
And we didn't really know until way after the fact, once the deed has already been done.
Right.
That's what the
sorry.
the deed is done. Whenever anyone gets a 9, like almost all the time they've just left, regardless of what we thought of them leading up to that point.
That's true.
So it's kind of like, you know, we see them do the. It's like, you know, we see Chihiro's death, and then we only later find out that like Celeste had reason, like actual reason to want to leave, or what have you. That's Mondo, not Celeste. Wrong murder. But so it's kind of like a take on that I can tell.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is almost. You can kind of twist the logic to say this is almost kind of a prototype formula for what Danganronpa is going to wind up being later.
True.
So they're kind of taking upon ideas that they touched upon within this series and expanded it when they got to Danganronpa.
Even though, like, it's weird. It's weird.
Alright, so we're Phi and we're against Tenmyoji. Sorry, old man.
Okay, this This is the one where we thought that like allying with him would be the wrong answer, but it ended up being the right answer, right?
Yeah. But ironically, both of them are technically right in this time around because they both go to like extremely expanded paths. As Fi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running towards the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer. Tenmyoji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that?
Chose betray, huh? That's messed up.
What? You said I should!
Hey, I didn't say that. I just asked you a question. What would happen to our BP
Christ.
if Tenmyoji chose to betray us?
It was a leading question. Ooh, I get it. I was wondering why you were so happy to let me choose after you lost in the... not ooh. Oh, I get it. Ooh. I was wondering why you were so happy to let me choose after you lost in rock, paper, scissors. You were planning to use me as a scapegoat all along.
Was I?
God damn it. No! 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 Fuck off!
Anyway, we need to go have a look at the results.
Fuck off,
first.
rabbit!
Come on.
Hey, wait! Shit.
He's the ones.
No. Nope.
If every...
He's the ones.
Ah, yes, we're back at 3-3. Betray ally, betray ally, betray ally.
Betray ally, betray ally.
Well, it's probably the first time that we've had a game in our favor so far.
That being said, what?
Oh, Tenmyoji's a... What? Yeah,
Tenmyoji, Alice, and Luna are all going to die unless they are all paired together, which I have no idea what happens after that. But like, do you by perchance remember what the results were from the other end when we allied with Tenmyoji?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Was it pretty much the same as this, only both of us allied?
At the end of the second round, we would have... I don't know. I honestly, legitimately do not know.
Here are the results.
Oh, we're paired with
Trade?
Yeah.
Recognize that arm. Were we paired with Dio?
Ah, fuck. He chose... Ally? Why? He chose Betray
Oh, shit. Oh.
He chose Betray last time.
Last time? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. The truth was, I didn't know why I said that either. The words had just appeared in my mouth before I knew what I was before I knew I was saying them.
Oh, you're the one who chose betray. I should be asking you why.
I told him you might choose betray.
Why? You...
I can't believe you. I'd never choose betray. I trusted you two, and this is what I got.
Ah.
I think we're paired with Fi.
Oh, okay.
And Alice is a red solo.
Hmm. Ah, you don't need to apologize. I was the one who did it. I pushed the button.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you've got a point.
Huh? Wait, what?
It's Sigma's fault. You want to blame someone, blame him.
What the hell, Fi?
What, you gonna fight each other now? I don't care which one of you pushed the button. I'm never trusting either of you again. This isn't over. Just you wait.
I tried to think of something to say, but before I could come up with the right words, he was gone. I spun around. Fi! What the fuck? But she was gone too. God, where the hell? How'd she just disappear like that? As I looked around the room for Fi, I noticed that Clover, Kay, and Luna seemed to be having some kind of an argument as well. I moved closer and did my best to listen surreptitiously.
Why did you do it? Sorry. I guess I wanted to get out of here as soon as possible, you know?
I apologize, but I felt the same way.
But if we all choose Ally, then we could all escape together. It only takes 3 turns to get 6 points. That would be enough to get us out. Why? Well, of course we know that. But if we betray, then it's faster.
If your opponent chooses Ally and you choose Betray, then you gain 3 points. Do that twice and you get 6 points. You see?
If you ally, then you have to play the AB game 3 times.
But if you betray somebody, you only have to do it twice.
Why are you acting like that's the right thing to do? I almost feel like you're blaming me or something.
We aren't trying to blame you.
I swear to God, for half a second, I thought Kay was just gonna be like, we are.
We're actively gaslighting you. Have fun.
I mean, if you just think about it, wouldn't it make sense to choose Betray?
Well, if everybody chose Betray, then it would be at a stalemate.
Well, yes.
I understand now. It was silly of me to trust you guys.
Luna walked off with her head buried between her shoulders. Her back trembled as if perhaps she were crying, but I couldn't see her face. Alice, Steel, and Quark, however, seemed to be having some issues of their own.
Fine. You just wait.
Man, this is all your fault, Quark.
My fault? Why are you blaming me?
Exchanged dark looks and stomped off in different directions.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you
Not going through this explanation again, you fuck off.
If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Tenmyoji, or Alas, or Mooney, or maybe everyone.
What?
Why?
Yeah. Why am I going to die?
I guess I can tell you why.
I see.
I guess I can tell you why. I see.
Alice, Luna, and I only have 1 BP. That means we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
What? What the hell?
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Here we go again.
My.
What the fuck is this shit?
Sigma, what do you want?
What do I want? What, you think I'm here to play doctor? Only if you're secretly
That's kind of out of nowhere, Sigma.
Tell you what, how about I'll be the doctor? You get on the exam table and I'll cut you open with that scalpel over there.
Man, are you still pissed?
What the hell do you think? My BP's down to 1 thanks to you.
Come on, I already told you I was sorry.
Yes, and that makes it all better, you goddamn idiot.
Well then what the heck am I supposed to do?
Piss off.
Seems like I'm already doing that.
You don't know the half of it. Just get out of my sight.
Good lord.
Easy solution then, just close your eyes.
Leave before I make yours black. The last guy I fought went home in an ambulance.
Shouldn't have picked a fight with a paramedic.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Sigma. Oh, that's some shots fired.
I enjoyed that one, honestly.
Fucking wow.
Shut up.
Oh, so did he get the nail on the head? Fine. I shoved my hands in my pockets and looked around the room. So, is it just you here?
This side of the divider, yeah.
This side?
Quark's over there, having a look around. And there's... You really gonna make me say it?
Oh, the lady who was murdered, you mean? That's right, there was that that little detail that apparently just got forgotten in the other run.
Yeah.
Explains why I didn't remember it. Yeah, you've been acting kind of weird ever since we found her.
There's a whole lot to remember, though.
It's just... But it only takes a small reminder to kind of get back on track. At least for me. I'm not sure about you.
Well, one could say it's a fragment of a memory to help remind you of the full picture. No, it's actually very difficult for me to remember some things.
Gotcha.
Even between streams.
That's
why I ask what happens.
Right.
Because if we're constantly time traveling, then like shit can kind of get like
muddled.
Misconstrued.
Muddled. Yeah, I understand. I mean that kind of shows the difference between us. Like I can juggle this pretty darn well with relative ease. So
you make crushing rocks.
Yeah, what's up?
Such a breeze.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, it'd be different if I was playing it, and also if we didn't do it in 4.5-hour chunks.
That's true.
Spread across weeks, and especially multiple weeks of not playing the game. So I mean that kind of.
That was. Well, that doesn't happen as often with the Monday streams, though.
Well, yeah,
that was an extenuating set of circumstances.
It was, and I'm not putting any blame on anybody on that. It's just that's just the nature of.
I completely understand.
What's happened.
I completely understand. Anyway.
What? Isn't that normal? We found a dead body. Who the hell doesn't? Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna tell that to someone who betrayed me.
You didn't tell me when I allied with you. You didn't tell me when I betrayed you. What the fuck do you want, old man? You kind of run out of excuses, buddy. All right, fine. By the way, it's basically like, who is she to you? I'll just ask Quark. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Well, to the lounge then. Okay, it was the same dialogue as before. We were talking about Saturn's sexy rings there.
All right.
And to the crew quarters, where we're eventually going to find the bomb. Oh yeah, this is when Clover tells about the backstory.
We can get that mask off him. I can't say for sure if I've met him before.
Right.
Which you kind of stepped away for, but yeah. But I mean, you know Clover's history, so.
I do. I was part of the game.
Oh right. Okay, so we don't find the bomb in this one either. I guess for Tenmyoji, we just don't find the crew quarter bomb until later. Welcome to about the middle of the game playthrough, when we've seen so much of this dialogue that it just goes flying by.
Yeah, look at all these hours and hours of story that we listened to just go by within milliseconds.
Yeah. So how are we gonna do this?
I won't go with Sigma. He betrayed me last time.
What about Phi?
You hit the button, right, Sigma?
Well, yes, but
I don't want to go with Dio. Same reason. I can't trust that he won't betray me again.
Thanks a lot, Quark. You've single-handedly torpedoed my reputation.
Well, that leaves us with option B.
oh, I guess we don't have a choice.
Well, yeah.
No, we can't do option B.
Why not?
Sorry, Luna, but I can't trust you or Phi either. The way he is right now, someone's going to have to carry Quark. I just can't afford to give him to someone I don't trust.
I thought you trusted Phi.
Not enough for this.
Then what do you intend to do?
Quark shifted silently in K's arms.
Quark is a solo, as are you, Tenmyoji. Solos can't pair with one another. You do remember that?
Yeah, of course I do. I didn't say there wasn't anyone I trusted. There's one person.
Who do you trust then?
Clover.
What? Me?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Why?
I can't tell you.
He knows.
This puts a bit of a spin on it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
with the new information we have.
We now know these potentially Junpei, so that actually
But
makes a fuck ton of sense.
here's the thing, though. Why doesn't Clover recognize him? Or Alice, for that matter. Alice would also recognize him.
A lot's happened. I mean, they were in like a post-apocalyptic fucking.
Guess.
I just know that you'll keep him safe.
Well, that's nice of you to say, but my partner is Sigma. Are you sure you want me to take him?
It's fine. Clover, you just vote by yourself. Make Sigma wait outside the AV.
Because he just looked drastically different.
Go fuck yourself, Tenmyoji. I'm the protagonist.
Good.
No.
No, but like, Tenmyoji compared to Junpei looks very, very different. So something could have happened.
That is fair, and both Clover and Alice retain their looks pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
At least they look closer to their originals, their original designs than Junpei does to Tenmyoji.
If Clover takes Quark, then we have to go with option C, right? That means I'll be stuck with Dio. There's no way in hell I'm going to let that happen.
Who do you want to pair up with then?
Isn't it obvious? Quark. Remember what the announcement said? Something about how the system will automatically vote ally for anyone who doesn't enter their own vote in time? If Quark doesn't wake up by then.
No! See, this is exactly why I can't trust any of you.
Wow, she didn't even try to hide the fact that she was being a bitch in this one.
We don't have time to argue this. Let's take a vote. Those opposed to C?
Alice and Dio's hands went up.
What? Why don't you want C, Dio?
Well, if she's got that much of a hate-on for me, that hardly plays into my hands, does it?
Fine, whatever. I assume anyone who didn't raise their hand is all right with option C then?
No one objected. I kept my mouth shut too. Just as Alice had said, there was an excellent chance that Quark would default to Ally. If that happened, he'd make a great opponent. I choose Ally, of course. Of course! Of course, Sigma! But it would be too good not to have to worry about... But it would be good to not have to worry about him choosing Betray.
All right. 6-2 in favor.
Wait, what about me?
Stay here if you don't like it. I imagine your partner might have something to say about that, though.
Kay handed Quark to me gently. and then cross his arms and here, Sigma, hold this for a second. Then cross his arms and turn to face Alice.
Oh my god.
I must stand menacingly for a second. Here, hold this. Her jaw clenched as she stared up at him, but I could see the gears turning inside her head.
Fine. 10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Hurry, Clover. The door's closing.
Right.
Hey, take care of Quark.
Don't worry about it. I got a good grip on Quark, down at Tenmyoji, and took off for the door. Our feet slapped against the metallic floor as we ran. The empty voice of the announcer echoed in my ears.
2,
The announcer!
0. Chromatic doors.
Sigma wins!
Always, because he's the protagonist!
I know what that's like.
Bet you can't guess where! He just starts actively just humming it to himself.
Huh? Is this a dead end?
Well, there are 3 doors here. But it looks like they're all locked.
What's this thing? It's got a lever on it.
Can you pull the lever?
Pull the lever, Sigma. Come on, my hands are kind of full right now.
Yeah. I can take Quark then.
You really don't want to touch that thing, do you?
Well, I mean, look at it. It looks suspicious.
It looks just like the lever next to the number 9 door, Clover.
Yeah, suspicious!
Yeah, and you pulled it a number of times, Clover.
Suspicious!
Touch it and whoosh, a bunch of poison needles fly out of the wall.
Uh-huh. You know, that would get us too, right?
Maybe if I had, like, a piece of wood to move it with or something.
I think you might be a little paranoid.
Then you do it.
Fine. I shifted Quark over to one shoulder and flipped the switch with my free hand. Okay, where are we going? We're going to the treatment center. See? No needles. Everything's fine.
For now, only one of the doors opened.
Did you see the plaque on that door before it opened? I think it said something like treatment center.
Do you think that's some kind of medical thing?
First infirmary, now this. Why do I keep ending up in these places? Is this the place with the cryogenic pods?
The treatment facility?
Yeah.
Think so?
I glanced over at Quark, asleep on my shoulder. Hey, you know what? We may have lucked out.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, if this is where they treat people, maybe they've got something that can cure Quark.
Oh, yeah.
Let's head on in then.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Oh, right. No, you're right. It was.
What
God,
are
I forgot what this place looked like for a second.
What are those?
It says on the side, treatment pod.
So I guess it treats people. Maybe it can help Quark.
Yeah.
Damn, no good. It's locked. Let's take a look around. Maybe something in here will tell us how to unlock this door.
Okay.
Clover nodded and bounced off to examine the room. Like Quark just outside of the door into the treatment center. Clover might have been overly paranoid about the lever, but there was no harm in being cautious. Hang on there, little guy. We'll get you fixed up soon. I ruffled his hair gently, then turned and headed back into the room. I had some investigating to do. All right. And I believe this is a good place to stop for today.
I also agree.
I'm a little tired. Of course, it doesn't mean anything. I'll probably be up for a few more hours, but I'm not. I'm starting to fade a little bit. So, plus we got a little bit of information overload today.
We literally reached an ending tonight. I think it's good progress.
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
Hey, listen, you got my ending.
You did it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, let's go over the projected schedule for the next few days. Tomorrow is absolutely going to be more Pillars of Eternity 2 with PJ. Wednesday and Thursday are up in the air, but respectively they would be Spirit of Justice and Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE New Game Plus mode on the Twitch channel. As I said, I make no promises. I'm trying to take this day by day so I don't burn myself out. And it worked last week. I got a full week in without having to just overthink it. So I'll be taking that route from now on. Friday and Saturday are not going to be anything. Sunday is not going to be anything either. So next Monday we are going to be doing more Virtue's Last Reward, the last one of the year. I don't have anything in terms of Chris Tales at the moment. I'll try to shoot for like the middle of January to return to that, and keep a lookout next week for the channel anniversary, whatever I decide to do there. Chris, what's going on?
Next year. Content will probably come back next year.
You don't have anything else planned for this year?
No. Not really. Because most of, again, the best that I could maybe do is potentially a fucking stream on New Year's. But that's, very, well, no. It'd be Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it would happen then, and even then it's still, after January.
Yeah.
So, I'll probably see if I can try to get back into editing for a bit, because it has been a bit since I put something out, so...
Right.
Maybe I'll be able to, actually get something editing done and fine for the masses, but nothing that I can confidently say, oh, this is done.
Gotcha. Well, for those unaware, on the past 2-3 weekends, we've been doing a group stream over on Chris's channel. It is of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely do that.
I got the Pokemans until a month later, and then Rob will steal it back from me again, you son of a bitch.
Well, we don't know when that's going to start.
I guess, but I mean, I didn't know if you wanted to do it day one or not.
Are we talking about?
I'm not talking about.
We're talking about Legends.
Yes.
Yeah, I still stand by it. We don't know. My plan is, it's not going to be a day one. My plan is that we're going to continue your stuff, and I'm going to play Legends on my own, at least to get a general idea of how the game works, and then figure out if I want to do a stream series on it or not.
Has it been confirmed that there's multiplayer in that game yet, or no?
I don't know. I haven't been consistently watching the trailers.
I didn't see anything on that, and if that's the case, then realistically, you could probably do a playthrough on your own while simultaneously doing one for the stream, and use just another profile. Realistically, have one, for your main account, you can use it for the stream if you decide to do that, and then make a separate dummy account to play the game on your own. That way progress doesn't lead over, and you wouldn't be sacrificing any Pokemon you get or what have you.
again, I don't know if I would want to do it as a series yet or not. I would have to dabble in it a little. And if I did want to do it as a series, then I would just restart and then, you know, do what you said, the dummy file and everything. But I won't know until we get it. And also, I don't know how financially I'm going to be doing by then, if I'm going to even be able to get it day one. So...
Right.
But actually, you saying that does trigger something else. 3 houses. We have it planned out and ready to go for our first run. We just have to do it. Most likely, it's not going to be until probably a few weeks into January. But just definitely keep an eye out for that. I don't know about I've definitely been chomping at the bit to go and do it. I'm very excited for it. And
I'm also excited.
And
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
Don't make me try to memorize the Japanese lyrics right now. Anyway, we also have PJ and Suzie up here. Their channels are not dead. They're not dead. They're just on a very, 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 very long hiatus. And a special shout out to Suzie's second channel, Rowan Rose. She is an amazing artist. She's done quite a few pieces that we've shown off on streams and will continue to show off. And if you have been watching our Pillars playthrough, the art of my main character Parshi, that is both used in-game and on the cover, was also made by her. So if you haven't already, definitely go check out her channel and give her all the support that she deserves, because she deserves a whole bunch of support. She's very talented. But go and check out all these channels. We love what we do. Sometimes we get to do it more than others because life is draining. And it's always nice to know that you guys are enjoying the stuff as much as we love making it. So definitely go check it out. Consider supporting us through a like, a comment, subscription. If you do subscribe, click that bell. And you know, we're not going anywhere. We got plenty of projects on the way, so if you
but no, Rob, didn't you hear? Like, the algorithm doesn't give a shit about like, comment, subscribing anymore. They only care about if you watch stuff.
And when was this information released?
It was released at some point within the past few weeks, because that's when I started hearing more of the popular YouTubers figuring shit out. So
I was not aware of this. Okay, well then
I wasn't until recently, so
well then watch through our shit. I mean, at least I'm still gonna stand by the comments, because, you know, getting feedback is what makes us better content creators. You know, what you like.
I always like comment, positive and negative.
Yeah, what you like, what you don't like. We may not always listen, but it's always nice to know that you guys are watching, because that is a huge motivational factor. I'm going to be completely transparent, at least for me. But anyway, there's also the 5th member of our group, Pooja/Smiley, depending on how you want to address her. She doesn't run a channel, but she joins us from time to time. She is currently in a kind of background project that we have finished recording, but I need to edit. She's also part of the Brilliant Diamond stream, and she's also going to be part of the 3 Houses stream as well. We get together every week, sometimes not always in the same instance, but we try to hang out, have fun, make content, play games, sometimes do other things. We do it because it's fun. That's the general consensus. We wouldn't be doing it otherwise. And as an audience, I want to thank you guys as well for joining us through these journeys, whether you are active in the chat, whether you're lurking, whether you have dishonest background noise, whether you're watching this stuff in the future. in whatever capacity you turn on this content, and hopefully enjoy it. Thank you for taking time out of your days to do so, and we hope to see you guys involved in future projects as well, both in the comments and in the chat. But as usual, I have rambled on long enough, and I am pacing now, so we should probably end it. If you don't care about
end it all, Rob.
All right. Oof! Bite my tongue there. If you don't care about anything else that was listed, we will see you guys here next week for some more Virtue's Last Reward. And if that is the case, we hope you guys have a Merry Christmas or whatever holiday that you celebrate.
Oh yeah, that is this week.
It is.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Crisis.
Merry Chrysler. Anyway.
And I mean that whether you celebrate Christmas or not, I'm just talking about the spirit of everything. So, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys later. Good night, everybody.
Night.